Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Terlebih dahulu, saya ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada pelajar dan pensyarah yang bersama-sama kita untuk memperdengarkan pengucapan awam bagi program Virtual Speakers Corner yang telah dijadualkan pada tarikh 17 hari bulan 6, 2021 pada hari Khamis. Saya, Nur Farahani binti Muhammad Anwar, selaku moderator anda bagi Virtual Speakers Corner hari ini. Sebelum kita mulakan perkongsian pada hari ini, eloklah saya memperkenalkan ahli panel kita pada hari ini. Ahli panel kita ini merupakan ahli persatuan mahasiswa Fakulti Pertanian ataupun dikenali sebagai Permatani di bawah kelab Bachelor Sains Pengurusan Perladangan. Namanya ialah Chan Shun Man dan beliau merupakan pelajar tahun 1. Tajuk yang akan dibawa oleh panel kita bagi episod kali ini ialah New Invention and Technology in Agriculture. Mungkin saudara Chan boleh memperkenalkan diri sebanyak sedikit. Dipersilakan.
Okay, a very good day. I greet to the all viewers and great to the moderator Farah and the others. My name is Chan Shun Man and now I'm 21 years old and I'm gradually study in Bachelor Science Plantation Management in University of Plantation. And now today I would like to start about my speech, which is the title is the New Technology and Innovation in Agriculture. So first I would like to introduce the new invention in technology in agriculture. Okay, so why is we are implemented the new technology in this area? Because there are several factors that causing our agriculture sector facing some problems in producing crops and also agriculture products that can be used in our daily life. So the first point I would like to explain is about the aging population. From the aging of rural populations, evidence on older farmers in low and middle income countries, this is a journal that written from the American researchers. It shows that 27.5% of agricultural holders are aged over 55. Since the farmers are getting older, they will lose physical strength in farm management. Hence, we will need young generation involved in agriculture, or we can use the invention, like technology, to reduce the work that labor intensive. And secondly, the new technology is used for overcome the problem of labor shortage. Nowadays, the young generation are more prefer to work in comfortable office with air conditioner, and there are very few of them that are willing to work in plantation and vegetation that need to work under sun and sweating all the day. And otherwise, the parents in this generation also have a perception about agriculture sector. Most of the parents, they will consider that agriculture sectors is a job that cannot earn more money compared to other professionals, and the job provided from these sectors need their child to work in a bad environment without aircon and need to be face the sun. Thus, this causes a labor shortage in agriculture sector. And furthermore, the high demand and consumption of food is also one of the challenges facing in agriculture sector. Hence, the technology applying can be used to making our agriculture sector more productive and also effective. Since the global human population growth amounts increase around 83 million annually, means every year we increase 83 million people, the global population has grown from 1 million in 1800 to 7.9 billion in 2020. The consumption of food and agricultural products, such as palm oil, rubber, are needed in very large scale. Hence, technology is needed to increase the production rate of this sector to fulfill the world demand. And after that, the chemical runoff and consumption of water, nutrients, and fertilizer usually occur while inaccurate application of pesticide, herbicide, and fertilizer happens. This will bring losses to farmers and also bring negative impact to our environment, such as water pollution in water pathway and water land. And otherwise, this accurate application can consume a lot of water and nutrients and fertilizer, as we didn't apply the water and nutrients in a proper way or in a optimum rate for the plant growth. So most of the water, nutrients, and fertilizer will be waste in leaching to the soil horizon. With the aid of technology, optimum farming decisions can be made for better farming. Furthermore, the implemented new technology can reduce the negative impact on surrounding ecosystems. The excessive use of fertilizer, herbicides, and pesticides may interrupt the surrounding ecosystem, such as the eutrophication that happens, and this eutrophication will damage the aquatic ecosystem since the algae bloom in water in aquatic ecosystem can create the aquatic life and also aquatic plant. After that, new technology is used to increase efficiency. New technology can optimize plants' growth rate and increase production of crop, hence increase the efficiency of farming industry. And lastly, the climate change. Nowadays, since the climate change is getting worse, the plants may face drought, heat wave that may cause water deficiency to plants. Besides, increasing of temperature caused by climate change can cause serious pest infestation, as the egg of pests can hatch faster in a higher temperature. These are the reasons that why we should apply the new technology in our agriculture sectors in order to protect our environment and also fulfill the demand from human population. Next, please. Okay, so there are several of new invention and technology in agriculture, which is GIS software, which means Geographical Information System, and also GPS agriculture with global positioning system in agriculture. And secondly, satellite imagery and satellite derived data, drone and aerial imagery, farming software and online data, merging database, and emerging innovation. Next. So first, I would like to introduce the global geographical information system and also global positioning system in agriculture. First, the use of GPS and GIS can map current and future changes in environment to the farmers, as it allows for real-time data collection that acquires an accurate position, and it also maps where exactly the resources of the farm will be used, hence increase the resources use as well as increase its efficiency. Furthermore, geographical information system can also use in farm planning to organize land plots and what they will be used for their farms management. And secondly, the GIS software and GPS agriculture is used in map crop use and plant health. GPS has also given rise to field mapping, which is a system for computer-aided field data collection that takes several factors into account, such as inventory of crop types, elevation level, field boundaries, nearby routes, irrigation system. This informative data allows the farmer to make informed decisions for the future of the farm that takes several details into account. And thirdly, GIS software and GPS system helps farmers to optimize fertilizer and pesticides by using soil sampling and crop scouting. So first, what is soil sampling? A soil sampling is a specific agricultural test aimed at figuring out details about the soil in the area. From soil sampling, we can know about the composition, pH level, fertility, type of soil, and also history of soil. This information can be uploaded to geographical information system. Hence, the farmers can map out where the instances of less fertile soil. Then they can treat the soil by liming process to optimize soil pH, organic amendments to increase organic material in soil, hence to withstand soil fertility. After that, GPS and GIS also involved in crop scouting. Crop scouting is a technology that is a procedure that used in determining the land, whether the land needs pesticide application or not. As an example, if the pest in field is reaching economic threshold level, the pest control procedure will be applied on the land to avoid economic injury. Economic threshold level is a level that we use to prevent the damage or injury causes by pest management and by pest infestation. If the pest is not reaching economic threshold level, the procedure is not necessary. Hence, this can reduce the cost for weed control. And GPS and GIS allow accurate plantation and vegetation management. Hence, the farmer can conserve money, effort, and time. Next. Okay. The second is satellite imagery and satellite derived data. The use of satellite imagery and satellite derived data is predicting use as well as conducting almost real-time field monitoring with a view to detect a variety of threats with satellite data in service has never been so easy before invented this technology. There are several applications. There are numerous spectral indexes that used by satellite imagery. The sensors are able to give imagery in various spectra, allowing for the application of numerous spectral indexes. The first one is Normalized Difference Vegetation Index, which is NDVI. This index is a simple graphical indicator that can be used for determining crop health by measuring the index of plant greenness or photosynthesis activity. So from the diagram at the side there, the example of the NDVI has you can see some green and red color. The red color is non-plant material, and the green color indicates the plants, and the pale yellows is unhealthy plants. So NDVI allows for the detection of vegetation content, the amount of wilting plants, and overall plant health. This method helps establish measurement during earlier growth stages. Second, the Canopy Chlorophyll Content Index, which is CCCL, is a two-dimensional remote sensing index derived from the Normalized Difference Vegetation Index, which is NDVI, and also NDRE, the Normalized Difference Red Edge. The index employs a near-infrared spectral band between 670 and 790 nanometer, which makes it perfect for nitrogen content monitoring, as it can only be detected in three wavelengths, which is 670, 720, and 790 nanometer. In short, the Canopy Chlorophyll Context Index is used in detecting the nitrogen content in plants. This Canopy Chlorophyll Content Index is very important because it allows the detection of nitrogen starvation before the damage is irreversible. As we know that the nitrogen malnutrition will disturb plant growth, then stop chlorophyll development. And when we realize that the leaves begin to turn yellow, it will be too late to take action. That's why we need this application to enable an earlier detection of malnutrition nitrogen. And the third is Normalized Difference Red Edge, which is NDRE. NDRE is a spectral index that is built as a blend of several bands by the infrared spectrum and a band that uses a narrow spectral range between visible red and near infrared. In short, this index is very similar to NDVI. However, the NDRE is more sensitive than NDVI for a certain period of crop maturation. NDRE is a better marker of plant condition than NDVI for middle and late season crops that have already accumulated a large amount of chlorophyll. Because red edge light can pass through the leaves far deeper than red light. So it's more relevant than NDVI for intensive use during the entire cultivation season, as NDVI often becomes inaccurate after plants accumulate a maximum amount of chlorophyll content. Hence, NDRE is more suitable than NDVI in detecting plant nutrients, sufficiency level, and nutrients absorption of plants. This method is more effective than NDVI while in detecting later crop stages and permanent tree crop health. And lastly is the Modified Soil Adjusted Vegetation Index, MSAVI. And MSAVI is used in the areas where indexes like NDVI or NDRE provide invalid data, mostly due to a small amount of vegetation or due to a lack of chlorophyll terrain. Thus, the index is used to minimize the soil background influence and to increase the dynamic range of vegetation. So there are several examples in my slide. You can see the example of CCCL. Red is represented to the bare soil, and the pale yellow or the pale green is unhealthy plants and vegetation that is early under its maturation, and the green is healthy canopy. Next. The third is drone and imagery. Drone and imagery allow more accurate data with higher resolution compared to the GPS system that deliver better and more accurate data with higher resolution in comparison to satellites. When they are locally operated, they provide valuable information even faster than scouts. And second, drones and imagery can use in prevent pest invasion. Drones are also considered to be an unrivaled aid in the battle against insects. The inversion is prevented by applying the insecticide on the hazard areas by using drones, all while reducing the likelihood of direct exposure leading to chemical poisoning. The farmers can use drones to apply herbicide without causing poisoning to the workers and prevent likelihood chemical poisoning. And drones and imagery is capable of collecting large amount of data. With the assistance of drones, farmers have an opportunity to define crop biomass, plant height, the pressure of weights, water saturation on certain field areas with high precision. And next. And the fourth is farming software and online data. Farming software and online data is a digital platform that employs satellite monitoring in order to speed up a farmer's decision making. Another important feature of the farming software and online data is it enables crop monitoring. The crop monitoring by using farming software and online data is both a mobile and desktop app that employs digital field maps. While using the scouting app, a farmer is able to assign multiple tasks to scouts in field clicks. They can add a field, drop a pin, set a task, and insert the data. There's the procedure that a farmer needs to do to upload their information about their field and the surrounding to the farming and the environment to the farming software. Once the task is assigned, a scout moves directly to the selected location and checks problem areas at the site, impact pest activity, performs weed management activities, and immediately making records in the app. This allows inspection of the problems areas only when needed, thereby saving ample time to take necessary prevention action. The farming software can also enable weather analytics in the specific area. By analyzing weather data in line with the data on plant condition, farmers can precisely apply irrigation and prevent frost or heat damage. For example, one of the best methods to avoid drought issue is drip irrigation with automatic or manual valve control. Thus, the farmer can apply the required amount of water to dry areas since they can know when the heat wave will happen and also when is the most fatal time of drought. And after that, the farming software is used in analyze field condition. The crop monitoring is the fact that it is based on satellite imagery. It helps to analyze field conditions or the stats of specific area and extract valuable information on the fly, thereby speeding up optimal reaction time as well as making reliable decisions such as what crops to plant, when to harvest, how to effectively plan for the next season, what amount of nutrient and fertilizer applied, and the others things that we need to consider while we are planning to make a vegetation or plantation. Next. And the fifth is merging database. The merging database allows farmers to compare data with all fields in given district and also expand analytical opportunities by adding new indices like NDVI, NDRE, CCCL, and also MSDVI. And merging database also enable a weather data analysis and provide ability to monitor precipitation and temperature. As farmers can know about what pest, disease, weed that start to emerge in surrounding area and start their prevention procedure before infestation occur. And next. Lastly, the imaging innovation. The first is laser scarecrow. This laser scarecrow projects green laser darts across fields up to 600 feet and effectively startle birds to prevent them from destroying crop. These methods are less environmentally destructive and less labor intensive compared to the use of netting. And second, the bee vectoring. Bee vectoring, from this method using bee as vector to spread a vectorized fungus that can protect crops from a variety of diseases. The vectorized solution is placed inside a hive of commercialized raised bee, and these bees will get the solution while they exit the hive. And the solution is then distributed to surrounding crop and fields by the bee. Hence, the crops and the plants can protect from disease invasion, and this technology can enhance plant growth and naturally prolongs the shelf life of crop. And the third is automated farm equipment. Automated farming equipment such as a self-driven tractor or seeder solve the problem of both time constraints and labor shortage that we feel in this year. The machine like this can work around the clock tirelessly to bring higher yields in a shorter time. They are perfect for orchard management as they allow farmers to work on more important things, such as strategizing and improvement in quality for their crops instead of focusing on menial and manual labor. And last is mini chromosome technology. This technology enhances the genetic traits of a plant that human desirable, and this is used this is useful in our vegetation. Hence, we can produce more crops in a shorter times, and also we can produce a more resistant variety of crop. Although my mini chromosome containing only small amounts of genetic material, the mini chromosome can be manipulated with the use of genetic engineering to achieve biofortification, enhancement, or supplementation of the crop's nutritional content. Before I end my speech, I would like to conclude that with the aid of technology and innovation here, there are few more emerging technology in agriculture sector. Hence, we should spend more time on practicing this useful and convenient technology in our plantation and vegetation. Thank you for spending your precious time on listening to my sharing, and also thank you for the organizer from University Putra Malaysia that provide us a platform to share what we had learned and what we should learn as a student. And thank you.
Terima kasih kepada saudara Chan Shun Man atas perkongsian yang menarik sebentar tadi. Semoga para pendengar dapat memanfaatkan ilmu pengetahuan yang telah dicurahkan. Maka, berakhirlah slot Virtual Speakers Corner pada hari ini. Semoga berjumpa lagi pada hari Selasa yang akan datang dengan informasi yang padat untuk tatapan semua. Saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih sekali lagi kepada panel dan para pendengar sekalian serta memohon untuk menutup majlis ilmu kita pada hari ini. Saya akhiri dengan moto pertanian tunjang kehidupan. Assalamualaikum dan selamat malam.